Here we go. Booker T in the house. We're in South Florida. It's Super Bowl week, NFL style, but we got a little WWE Backstage on FS1. Getting ready for that. What is the show about? Tell us about the show. The people have been watching it. It's a new show. How do you describe it, Booker?
I think Backstage is something that I always want to do, and that's kind of like let the fans get a peek behind the curtain, just draw it back a little bit, and let them see what the performers really go through on a day-to-day basis, because we're just like them in a lot of ways. It's just a job. A lot of times you see guys away from the business for a while, and you say, man, I wonder where that guy is. Is he taking a vacation? He's normally injured or something like that. So we can actually report and say, hey, man, no, that guy's going to be out with such and such. And it's really up close and personal, and that's what I like about it.
It's really cool. It's Tuesday nights. It's WWE Backstage on FS1, a 24-hour Fox Sports cable channel, which is cool.
Yeah.
You guys are down here at Super Bowl week. What is it like having the show? This is the first time it's out of the area. You guys were in remote in Miami during NFL Super Bowl week. What's this been like?
We have an event every year. It's called WrestleMania. It's something like the Super Bowl. It's our Super Bowl week. And we're coming off the Royal Rumble just last night, heading into WrestleMania in just another month or so. So I tell you, being a part of this, being a part of Super Bowl week, being a part of San Francisco, Kansas City, two teams that's going to go out there and just bring it. I mean, it's going to be one of the most fast-paced Super Bowls that we've seen, I think, in the history of the game. And to be down here for WWE Backstage is really, really awesome. Like I said, coming off the Royal Rumble, getting a chance to report on what happened, some of the exciting returns at the Royal Rumble. So it's going to be awesome.
And like you said, this seems only fitting that with the Super Bowl of WWE coming up in Tampa this year, by the way, and now we're in Miami, another Florida area for the NFL Super Bowl. It's a really nice tie-in to have it this way.
Yeah, it really is. And for myself and Renee, we're so fortunate to have landed this spot. I mean, it's cushion. It's definitely a cushion being a part of the Fox family, and now being here for the Super Bowl weekend. That's just a bonus, almost just like icing on top of the cake.
Booker, how do you prepare for a show like this?
Just like everything else. I always say, preparation is the only luck that you're ever going to have in life. If you're prepared, you ain't got to get ready. So for me, it's just like going into a wrestling match, thinking about strategizing. How am I going to go out there and make the fans that's watching me feel a certain way? And I think doing what I do now, talking, I'm still a storyteller in a sense.
We're going to talk a lot about Royal Rumble tonight, of course. What were your thoughts? There were so many good reviews about the Royal Rumble last night. What were your thoughts of the Royal Rumble? What stood out to you?
I mean, the Miz Royal Rumble match, of course, Brock Lesnar was an animal. And to actually play it out the way it happened, definitely, I say it was going to go out two ways. Brock Lesnar was going to win, or someone was going to have a moment, and that's what happened at the Royal Rumble. But not just Drew McIntyre, not just Brock Lesnar. So many guys like the Keith Lees, the Ricochets had their moments, and that's what I think the fabric of professional wrestling is really all about.
What are some of the most important things, goals of this show? It's still an evolving show. It's still a new show. The show itself has been getting really good reviews as well.
Yeah.
What do you think the goals and what are the important things about the show?
I think the goals are just to keep bringing the information to the fans, and hopefully the fans jump on board and say, man, this is not just your average typical wrestling show. It's educational. It's giving me something that I'm not going to get anywhere else. And I tell you, I must say, and I say this 100% from my heart, everything that comes out of my mouth is non-scripted. It's coming from the way I feel. And if I don't like something, I'm going to say it. And if I really like something, I'm going to say it. And that's the true heart behind WWE Backstage.
How did you land this role to get on this great show?
I think it was all Renee Young, actually. They put in the word for me to get an audition. And I came down, and my thing is, I didn't think I was going to get the role or anything like that. But my thing is, if you're laughing, if you're having fun, the people that's watching, they're going to be having fun. And that's what I bring to WWE Backstage is entertainment, excitement. Like Dusty Rhodes said back in the day, pandemonium. So yeah, that's what I love about being a part of Backstage.
What's it also been like, too, working with FS1, Fox, staff, everybody involved here?
I tell you, working with the Fox family, I never saw something like this coming in a million years. The dream come true that I never had. And I tell you, they're a first-class operation. They go out, all out, in every aspect of the words, all out. They go all out. And like I said, just to be a part of it is something unbelievable.
How much input do you have? I know you said what you say, it's what you say. It comes from the heart. It's no script or anything like that. How much input do you all have on direction of the show, what you guys are going to talk about, what you're going to do?
Yeah. No, what's really, really cool about it, the show is, you got to have a show that's, written and have points and whatnot. But for us, it's a collaboration. We come in, we sit, get in the war room, and certain ideas just on paper, just like in a match. Sometimes you go into a match and you might want to do this, but hey, man, we ain't got time to do that. We got to throw that out. And sometimes you have to do that on the fly. But for us, we actually collaborate. We all have our opinions, and our opinions matter because we've actually been there and done that. So for me to actually speak up, I've never had a problem doing that.
That's true. And look at this. Are you the most styled person? I mean, in WWE, I'm even going that far. Look at this.
You got to dress nice. Dressing nice is something that's my forte. Looking good is just part of, what my mother taught me a long time ago. I mean, remember what my mother taught me? She said, Junior, don't cost you a whole lot of money to make yourself look good. And then once I started getting a little bit of money, it got a little bit easier.
All right, a few more questions, wrap it up. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem.
Of the celebs so far, does anyone stand out that's given a really good promo when you do that, like, promo challenge?
School, everybody that's, that they put me against in promo school, they've done pretty good. I must say they've done pretty good. But it's my job. It's my job to go out there and break those guys down and make them feel a certain way. But all in all, it's all about fun. We had Paul Walter Hauser on, and with the new movie Richard Jewell just came out just a couple weeks ago, and for him to actually come on and participate and be a part of something like that, we need so many more of those stars. So guys, get in line and come be a part of Backstage for us.
Well, let's think WWE Backstage, and we're here in Miami, NFL Super Bowl week, and there are so many NFL players that are WWE fans.
Yeah.
Anything come to mind? I don't know if any of the current even Chiefs or 49ers that are fans. I don't know.
What gets me about the football players, man, they all want to be professional wrestlers. They all want to be a professional wrestler. So I wonder, is it one professional wrestler out there would be willing to be an honorary, team captain and just go out and play, maybe 1 quarter or something like that. You know what I mean? I'm looking for it to be switched up a little bit, but man, we love the NFL players, being a part of what we do, because for me, a lot of those players, they've been watching me for years, and then for me to actually be around them and they come up and pay homage to me and say, oh, Booker T, for me, watching these guys do what they do, and they're so unbelievably talented, it's amazing to be a part of it.
Are you a Houston Texans fan?
Man, I am a Houston Texans fan. Man, in Kansas City, we had those guys down 24-0. But with me in my heart, man, I go back all the way to the Houston Oilers and the
Earl
Buffalo
Campbell.
Bills, and then Frank Reich making the ultimate comeback. So I never felt safe for a moment with that 24-point lead, and we actually didn't pull it off. But big ups to Kansas City for going out there. They deserve it more than anything because they've played their behinds off all year. So to see those guys make it to the Super Bowl is awesome. Patrick Mahomes, man, what a player.
Tell me if I have this right. You trained an NFL football player who is now in NXT?
Yeah. His name is Brendan Williams.
Big guy.
His name is Dio Madden in WWE, and right now he's down in NXT and he's training. He left the New England Patriots the week he left the New England Patriots. He was in my school that same week. It showed me his dedication, and within 1 year he was in WWE in the NXT, and I'm looking forward to for him to make his main roster debut pretty soon.
That is so cool too. And then also we've got the nWo coming up. It's going to be inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You've had some nWo moments.
Well, I was in the nWo for a week, and I said, they're going into the Hall of Fame, and I should be getting the 3rd ring. So I'm going to be boycotting at the Hall of Fame. I'm going to have all of my students with picket signs outside, marching back and forth, trying to get me my 3rd ring.
And then I was going to ask you about the XFL. Now they get involved with that. If there was an opportunity to do some calling of the action of the XFL or be a sideline reporter? Would that be something of interest to you?
You know, I love being able to transition. Football is really not my sport as far as being an insider or anything like that. I love doing boxing. That's what I do right now. I cover all the boxing matches, and I'm just an aficionado. I'm an encyclopedia as far as boxing goes from way back in the day. But just to be a part of it in Houston is going to be big, and I'm doing a lot of promoting on my Hall of Fame radio show for the XFL. It's going to be starting in a couple weeks. So I'm looking at TDECU Stadium in Houston is going to be buzzing. So I'm looking forward to XFL getting kicked off. Yeah. Fox and the XFL. Partnership that can't lose.
You mentioned boxing, and Miami has so much history in boxing, especially.
The boxing match going on tomorrow night, actually here in Miami. Boo Boo is going to be Demetrius Andre. He's going to be fighting. The press conference was just earlier today. I was trying to get over there, but I had this going on, and the fight's going to be tomorrow night. So I'm thinking about sticking around and checking it out. But I love boxing. Yeah.
Muhammad Ali. The gym down here, Angelo Dundee, this was like a big area, big base for pro boxing and all.
Talking about Muhammad Ali, truly the greatest of all time. The guy who made me want to be something in life. My idol. I got a chance to meet Muhammad Ali, and he invited me to his hotel room. I missed him at the autograph signing, and he was gracious enough to invite me to his hotel room. And that right there taught me so much for Muhammad Ali, the greatest fighter of all times, to invite me to his hotel room. It said that it doesn't cost you anything to be nice to people. And for me, I carry that to this day. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything to be nice to people, and they'll remember it for the rest of their lives.
WWE Hall of Famer, two times. Should be three. Should be three coming up. We're gonna have three. WWE Backstage on FS1. Great show. Lastly, Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Thoughts of Kobe? I don't know if you ever got to meet Kobe or if he was ever at a WWE show.
I never got a chance to meet Kobe, but just like Muhammad Ali.
Because you guys did a lot at Staples Center.
Yeah. I mean, I may have seen him in passing, but I never got a chance to meet him up close and personal. But just like Muhammad Ali, when Muhammad Ali passed, I remember I was on my way to the airport in Houston, on my way to go to a show, and I heard it on the radio and started crying. And it's the same thing with Kobe Bryant. You know, he's touched so many people. He's made so many people feel a certain way. He's built so many people up. He's tried to help. You know, and that's the thing with people like that. You say, man, 41 years old, man, he lived a great life. And, you know, if it was just Kobe, we could just say, man, we say, man, we know Kobe would want us to be here celebrating. But when we heard about Gigi, it definitely compounded everything and took it to another level, because I have a 9-year-old little girl, you know, and I can't imagine, you know, his wife getting a phone call like that. So my heart goes out to his family, and you know, it's sad time.
It is. I think it also, from yourself, you learn from Muhammad Ali, you learn from a Kobe Bryant, and you're able to resonate with what you're doing, whether it's on TV, whether it's training somebody, whether it's talking to kids.
You only live once, you know, and to be able to give back and pass it down and know that, you know, it's not about you, it is about them, and hopefully when they get to that point to, you know, pay it forward, they're going to do so as well. And I think that's what life is truly all about, you know what I mean? My grandfather lived to be 103 years old, and I learned so much from him, you know, and I never saw, you know, have a mean bone in his body. And I tell people, I'm laughing every day. I'm going to laugh to the day I die, till they put me in the ground. And I'm going to say, man, it was a great ride. But I'm going to wish my kids don't cry too much, and be able to live their lives. And that's what life is truly all about. We're definitely going to miss Kobe Bryant, because not only was he great on the basketball court, he was just a great person. All
right, Booker, and love the rings.
Yeah, man, two-time Hall of Famer, the royal insignia, you know. So I've had a great ride.
And you're still having a great ride.
Yeah, man, I'm still riding.
WWE Backstage, FS1. Thank you, Booker.